There's a lot of conversation surrounding this particular thing. We need to hear Casey explain why she stuck around for a decade. Uh, how do you guys feel about this when this comes up in the conversation about she knew what she was getting herself into? She knew the person that she was dealing with, and why did she stick around?
I think it's easy for people to say that when they haven't been through certain levels of abuse or maybe ignorant to, um, the things that take place. And people want to make it seem as though it was all about his money. No, it was about the access. That girl was young when she came around him. He asserted himself in many ways around her and made her feel helpless and like she couldn't get away. And as someone that's been in the music industry my entire life, for people on the outside looking in, you guys idolize these people, right? Um, Certain folks can do no wrong in your eyes. For a lot of folks, it took seeing that video to realize that that man is human and maybe not the best possible human out there, to say the absolute least, and realize that your idol could ever do something like that, and you guys don't even know him. So imagine being someone, a young woman, that has a dream that's connected to one of the most powerful moguls in the music industry that's promised to help you. But not only has he promised to help you, but he made it hard for anyone else to help you because he's so controlling, shutting people out, blacklisting folks so that they won't help you. You know what I mean? Doing all kinds of things. Young women sacrifice their souls for way less. You know what I'm saying? So to make it seem like she could have ever been paid for the abuse when she earned her way to the point that she got to, she definitely was. She could have been, even if everyone could say, oh, Cassie may not have been like the most amazing artist, but everyone's sold on her aesthetics. No one can take away the fact that that was a beautiful, talented girl. And if you've ever been around Cassie, she's also a very sweet person, very kind, gentle spirited person. So like, there's so many things. Like people are quick to talk and say stuff like that, but I think that your folks are just excusing the behavior by even saying that. I think it's very insensitive to bring that up, because I don't care how much a person pays, they can never replace. They can never, like, they can't heal that with money. You know what I mean? So
I would
that.
say, I would
But
say, I would say, let's grant the argument, right? Let's grant the argument that she was a willing participant in the sex stuff and all of that, right? Can you really still make that argument after that video? Like after that video, you watch this woman get beat in front of a camera. Can you still actually make that argument that this looks like a person that was a willing participant and she was being paid? Normally, when you see that type of stuff, you start to when you okay, if it was transactional, that would have been cool, but I don't think that's transactional. I mean, am I the only I don't see how anybody can watch that and say, yeah, she was being paid for him to drag her down the hallway and put hands on her and grab by her. Like, and if you read the deposition, that don't sound like a person that was okay with what was going on with her. And after you watch the video, it completely proves that no, this wasn't because he was forcing this. Just by proxy of him putting his hands on her, you can tell that this is being forced or under threat. So,
And I mean, you would have to think about it from, you know, none of us are predators to my knowledge, but put if you were in the mind of a predator and you come across a 18, 19-year old, who wants their dreams, wants their dreams fulfilled, like what would you do? How would you handle them? I mean, from a business aspect, at 19 years old, he had her signed in like a 15 album deal. You understand what I'm saying? Like, some people don't live 15 years, let alone they about to give you 15 albums. You know what I'm saying? That's in excess. The average person is get like a 3 to 5 year, a 3 album deal within a 5 year span of time. Like that's the average.
And Jay, can I add to what you're saying real quick? I'm sorry, because Sherry Dennis was signed to Diddy for 10 years before he even released her first album. So now continue.
Right. And within that 10 years, I'm sure Sherry Dennis was writing songs for him, doing all of the grunt work. You signed as an artist, but they got you doing other stuff. You know what I mean? And so just from that aspect, so now I'm saying I'm gonna make your dream come true. And I'm that guy, to the public, everybody loves me. I'm that guy. So you're thinking, okay, I'm with him now. Then I express, interest in you sexually, then boom, you're my girlfriend or my side or whatever we want to call it. You know what I mean? And then I slowly remove all your lifelines. You're not talking to your mom as much, you're not talking to your friends as much. I isolate you. So now I'm all you have. You know what I mean? So when you say escape, where are you escaping to? And then when you do escape, I pop up there. The person that you're escaping to is scared of me, or I'm blowing up cars and driveways. Cars are mysteriously just poof, they gone. People's accidentally getting shot in the stomach. So every course of action that you take to escape from me, these people are mysteriously getting in car accidents, cars blowing up, punched in the face, shot in the stomach. So that's not, as you being on the inside and seeing what I've done from my side. When you're with me, you see what I'm capable of. So of course, in your mind, you like, damn, he is doing everything to stop me from leaving him, to a point where you lose your fight. You know what? Let me stop trying at this point. This is just my life, yo. I'm gonna be with this dude. This is my life. Let me see if I can stick it out and get whatever I can get from it, which becomes your life. And then maybe somebody new, somebody from Miami that's young comes along and takes the spotlight off of you, and you're like, okay, cool. He got a new young thing. So maybe I could slide out and do, you know what I mean? So stuff like that, that's your escape. When you see somebody new come in and he take interest in, okay, well, shit, maybe he could ruin her life. I could get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It's a lot psychologically that goes on, but people get stuck in those situations, man. Think about how many marriages are together right now just because a person can't afford to pay the rent. They can't afford to get divorced because they can't afford to pay separate rent. So they just live together. How many people y'all know like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we grown, yeah. That goes on.
Do you think it's also?
Oh, go ahead, Lou.
No, I was just gonna make the comment. Do you think it's also because she has been with him for so long? Do you think that at some point she became a byproduct of Stockholm syndrome? Like some aspect of it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when I first started. People don't think about like the effects of abuse. Like when they say things like that. Like it's easy to say, oh, why'd you stay around for so long? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you leave? Oh, that money must have been good, huh? Like she's used to money. So yeah, he may have enhanced her life, but she was used to that lifestyle. She was also being sold that she was gonna, so of course, Stockholm syndrome, and I mean, like the violence and being forced and being controlled and feeling unsafe and not feeling supported and feeling isolated, like all the things, you know.